Now, how about them damn Celtics?
And we are back with breaking Boston Celtics news. Sam and I are here because the Celtics just ruined Sam's day. They traded Jaden Springer to the Houston Rockets. Jaden Springer and their 2030 second round pick. Both teams are also going to exchange heavily protected second rounders. Effectively, this is a salary dump. Celtics send Jaden Springer to the Rockets, get off $4 million. Keith Smith of Spot Track on Twitter said roughly they're reducing their tax bill by $15 million. This is the move that everyone thought was coming for the entire year, and here it is.
Yep. I had false hope for the last week. In my opinion, cheap move, bad move. Really shows that they're not that committed to the future. Think they gave up. Like, I don't know. This is a stupid thing to do, in my opinion, just for nothing. Essentially, just to save money. I think there's something here, like, where I've said it to you over the last week or so. Really feel like that he could have been a rotation piece. His defense is an asset. I think they can teach him how to shoot. I don't think his shot looked like it was particularly broken. So to just dump him in a salary dump is pretty lame. Like, plain and simple lame.
I get it. I think if Springer hadn't earned these extra opportunities these past few weeks, it would be easier to digest, because I think what you said is true. I think it was just false hope. Like, I think this was the move they were always going to make. I think this is all what was always going to happen. I think this was always the Celtics' focus. The Celtics are in not just an expensive team, the most expensive team in NBA history. Like, this is an exorbitant amount of money, like a historically exorbitant amount of money to spend on a basketball team. And if they can save a little bit of money for a guy that clearly they didn't think was going to be playing for them in the playoffs, whether or not you agree with that, they clearly believed that he wasn't going to play with them. He wasn't going to be a piece for them this year or in the future. And considering he was an expiring deal, like, this is what everything told us leading into here, and it stinks because he had been playing well, and it did look like he could earn some extra opportunities. But I think this was just always what was going to happen, and this, I mean, obviously this proves that because it actually did happen. But yeah,
The money always wins. The money will always win. And, like, I'm speechless. I mean, I really have nothing to say. I'm so much more upset about this than I should be. Because I felt like it would have came sooner. I felt like we were going to figure out his fate. Like, felt like it kind of had been decided. He wasn't being held out of games. Like, I guess they were just DNPing him, but like, he wasn't being put on the injury report. I was like, oh man, like, he might survive this. He might really get through this. And nope, they just dumped him, swapped seconds, got nothing in return. I don't think, don't get me wrong, there's not like value to be had. Like, nobody's going to give you the serious asset for somebody who's unproven, is really just a project. But I don't think it would have been, one, a bad idea to keep him. I think he is a good break glass and keep in case of emergency guy. I think they've seen that. He's had moments where he's come into games and really changed the tone, been a stopper for some of these elite guards that the Celtics have. Well, let's not call Kevin Porter Jr. an elite guard, but guards who have shown that they can score the ball. They've been on heaters. He's come in and just taken that as his sole assignment to try and slow them down. I mean, they even put him in on Maxey on Sunday. He only played 7 minutes in that game, but Maxey was on an absolute burner, and they put him in. And I don't believe Maxey scored any easy buckets during that stretch. Like, he did a good job. They may miss that. They may not. But going forward, it would have been nice to sign him on a cheap contract as well. You know?
I get it. I do. Like, he had been playing fairly well. You did see some stuff from him. It's just he wasn't going to play, man. Like, this, they clearly didn't believe in him as a long-term project, and it sucks because maybe some people did, but they clearly didn't. And now the Rockets get to take a look at him if they so choose. And also, it's fair to acknowledge now, part of the reason maybe they were playing him these last couple weeks, obviously it helped him get that win against Clippers, so he did earn it, but could just be so another team would be willing to take on his contract. Like, that could have been just a part of it. Like, here's what he's got. Somebody take him. Somebody take a chance on him. And whether that says the Celtics themselves didn't believe in him, but behind the scenes, or they truly were just like, hey, like, purely, money, it is what it is. It's probably a healthy mix of both, but I would imagine that's why he started to get extra opportunities. I don't think it was a coincidence that he started playing at the end of December and then into, right before the deadline.
I mean, this might be worse than the Luka trade. Really. I mean, at least he's in shape. He plays defense. Luka doesn't do that. I don't know, man. They clearly. I'm not saying that they should have played him because I don't think the shot is there. I think you truly do have to be able to knock down jumpers, but I think to give up on that so soon just for a salary dump may be something that they might regret, considering that they're going to be pretty strapped for cash, pretty strapped for ways to acquire players down the line. It just takes away one of the options that you did have. I saw Bill Simmons tweet about Missoula yesterday and be like, he doesn't play Springer enough. I don't get why he doesn't play Springer. I don't think Springer's shot is consistent to play consistent minutes, but I think there are plenty of chances this year where he could have been out there and could have got more comfortable playing and actually taken advantage of real opportunity. Like, anytime his number was called over the last couple weeks, it felt like he rose up to the occasion, and he was, in fact, a stay-ready guy in the stay-ready group and did a great job of that. I don't know what else is going to happen after this. Do you think they're going to go get somebody else? They're going to sign somebody on a
Well, they
minimum?
have
Do you
to.
think they have to.
Well, because they only have 13 players on the roster now, and you can have 14 is the minimum you can have. So they have to either elevate somebody from a two-way contract or trade for somebody or sign somebody.
Maybe
and
there
they
is an
can't.
elevation.
It's probably going to be a Drew Peterson elevation or a JD Davison elevation or probably not Anton Watson, but probably going to be JD or Drew Peterson if I had to guess. It could be a buyout guy, it could be a free agent guy, maybe it's Lonnie, maybe it's O'Shea. It could be if it was another trade, they would still have to do something because they can't take back more money than they are sending out, so they couldn't just get somebody for a second rounder. It would have to be they trade Xavier Tillman or somebody else for another player if there is another move to make. So at the very least, this does signal that there is something more to come for the Celtics.
Can't wait to have to rush out of the building again to do another video. It's going to happen. I'm being a meeting.
It could happen tomorrow. We got a day.
I tell you what, there's no less safe place for me to be than taking a piss. Taking a piss today, find out about the Springer news. Taking a piss on Saturday, find out about Luka. It's just where all the news breaks is at the urinal, clearly.
There you go. We can wrap there. I don't know how much more else there is to talk about, so we can end it. Do you want me to do the outro, or do you want to do it from the car?
I'll do it. I can do it.
Go ahead, hit it.
Thank you very much for listening and watching. Make sure you subscribe, leave a like, comment, tell us what you think of the deal. I'm sure you're just as thrilled as I am. People are going to be like, Sam's an idiot. Fair enough. You can also.
People are mad on Twitter. People agree with you.
They should be. I'm glad I've convinced enough people. You can also hit the bell. We're here every single day. New pods drop Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday. Game recaps are up the morning after each game. Other videos on the channel in between to keep you up to date with all things Celtics. And then breaking news ones. This is why you hit the bell right here. You can also find us doing pregame live, half hour before every single game. Ton of fun. Come hang out. The streams are great. You can find us on Spotify and Apple too. All pods and game recaps are up there for you. I think the breaking news ones are there too. So if you follow, they go right to your feed. All the latest right there. Leave a 5-star review. We'd appreciate that very much. You can email us, hbtcpod@gmail.com. We'll be reading those emails later tonight when we record. You can get them in. You know you have something to say. hbtcpod@gmail.com. Our socials are at How About Them C's for Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook's the name of the podcast. All streams are there. They're on YouTube. They're on Twitter. Jack's Twitter is at Jack's1NBA. His TikTok is at Jack's1NBA. My Twitter is at Sam LaFrance. It's a threat.